Judeland Anthony. I'm 32 years old. I'm living in Australia currently, and I'm being part of DSR, Disability Sports Recreation, and also Cycle Power 2018. We are coming to Sri Lanka as well. So a little bit about me. I born in Sri Lanka. I came to Australia in 1998, and throughout my time in Sri Lanka, that I had a massive injury back in Sri Lanka due to the civil war. So back in 1996, I was affected by bomb blast, and I was put to wheelchair from the day that I was got my injury back in that time. So the thing that I realized that before my injury, that I was a very sporting person. I always wanted to be a long jump professional because I used to do a lot of sports back in Sri Lanka and through the sports meet, sprint, long jump and relay. But when I had my injury, everything was a pause. So throughout the time that I couldn't realize what I could do or what I couldn't do, because back in Sri Lanka, I never had any opportunities that come up through the way for me to give me a hand or help me out. So the point here is that the minute that I came to Australia, that things are different, that there's a better vision, better surrounding, better community, and people around me, and everyone is actually supportive and supporting the wheelchair at the same time, the disability people as well. So the point here is that what we are doing right now, the people are needing help back in Sri Lanka. There's a lot of people like me, they've been affected by the war and they're in wheelchair. So what we are doing now as a Cycle Power, it has been happening almost 7 years. Now we are Hello everyone. Just managed to do 35k, just less than 2 hours. So I'm improving. Life has been changed when I came to Australia. That when I was in Sri Lanka, I used to think that there's no purpose for my life. And then I was even thinking about giving up and giving my life away as well. But when I came to Australia, the opportunities are so much. And when I be a part of DSR only 2 years ago through a Wheel Talk. It's a kind of a project that they do. We communicate with outside world, with kids and community people about educating them about wheelchair and disabilities and opportunities and how does sports and activities can change someone's life. So from my full-time job, when I be a part of a DSR, I have learned a lot. So DSR is one of the reasons that I'm actually out in community and doing what I'm doing right now, having a chat with people, motivational explanations, and giving them what is there and how does the wheelchair person or disabled people go through day to day for them to live their life and come out to the street for them to present themselves. It's really hard. Even being in Australia, if I have to go through all that, being a part of Sri Lankan person, when I lived in Sri Lanka in my injury almost 2 years that I couldn't even walk, I was in a small house and my dad and my mom had to carry me from washroom to dress me up to go to anyway, in anything I have to do, I have to depend on somebody else. When I came to Australia, everything was changed because an opportunity is here for me. So when myself and Richard, CEO of DSR, have approached me and said, let's go to Sri Lanka for Cycle Power, which is a project that's been happening for almost 7 years now through different countries of changing the vision toward disability. I was more excited we should go to Sri Lanka because I'll give you an example that when I travel to Sri Lanka and when I do my shopping, a simple thing, shopping on my own at the shopping center, people look at me like I'm from an alien because the vision and how narrow their mind actually toward disability is something really sad for me to see, because they actually limit the people's capable and their potential because we are in a wheelchair or we can't do things on our own. I wanted to make that particular point change. We can't change that in one day, but going through a Cycle Power, which is 500 kilometers, we are doing for almost 11 days throughout Sri Lanka, and that's gonna give the people around them a better way of seeing us, and also they can say if there's a will, there's a way. And definitely that as an organization, DSR and Cycle Power will make a massive improvement throughout the country, and they also will be able to think clearly and giving them an opportunity for them to think outside of the box as well. So what we are doing right now is we are doing this particular organization, Cycle Power. We are going to an organization called Warod in Vavonia, where there's a camp with females and males, over 200 people disabled throughout the world. And we are going to go there and we're going to give them a presentation. We're going to have a sports day, like a day out, and they're going to be part of us, and we're going to play basketball and throughout different sports, and we're going to communicate them and give them an opportunity for them to think and achieve, and they can think differently from their own words what is potential from the wheelchair as well. So for us to do this, these things are very costly as well. So we need your support, because we have manpower here to go there and do these activities, but we need financially, we need support, because the more we get, more we can give to them, because making changes in somebody else's life is very hard. And for us to do that, we actually are seeking for all the support from communities throughout Sri Lanka, throughout the world. So what we are doing right now is we are raising money, and we are taking that money over there, giving them a basketball stadium, or giving them a wheelchair sports wheelchair or equipment, so they can come out into the community and they can get the same chance that I received and other people received in Australia and throughout the world. I would like to give that back to Sri Lankan people as well, because disability is only in mind, not in body. That's how I realized when I came to Australia. So I would like to take this time and like to bring it out to the world and give them what happened to me 1996 bomb blast, and doctor said that I will not even able to lift my neck because I'm paralyzed. But I can lift right now. I'm doing cycling. I'm going to Sri Lanka 500 kilometers on my own with the team. I will going to be doing everything by myself. So that particular mindset would like to at least give a percentage of that to the people who's over there, which are going to be supporting them. And at the same time, through the DSR, I would like to ask everyone to put a small donations or somehow support us, share this video, or share it with your friends, and also bring much as help we can, and then we can do this for a team, for the world, to bring and mainly change the vision toward disability and change the way people look at us, because we are also same, and we will be able to achieve more if we get the support from the community. Thank you.